Okay, so with the Senita Project, the more I think about this and the more I realize that I don't want this to get out of hand and turn into a doodle situation, I only want to put Sanitas in the hands of people who, going forward, who are ARBA members, currently show a commercial breed, and have been breeding a commercial breed to show standards for at least 3 years. One of the reasons I want to do that is because we do want to get this recognized. I do not want to sell any pedigreed New Zealand, not New Zealand, any pedigreed Sanitas to someone who just wants a meat project. Although meat is the primary goal for this commercial type breed, I do not want to sell them and turn them into Tamuks. I do not want to sell them to just be meat mutts. I want to sell them to people that want to be part of developing this breed as a project. So unless you can show me that you have raised commercial breeds before to a standard and are competitive with the show, with shows, there's going to have to be a lot of extra mentoring and conversation before the Sanitas get released. If you'd like to buy meat mutts from those lines, that's fine. And the people that currently have the Sanitas as a breed, I think we need to reel everyone back in. I do not want them sold with pedigrees to anyone unless they're going to actually be part of the development, because I don't want this to turn into a Tamuk situation. I don't want this to turn into a doodle situation where someone's like, oh, I have a pedigreed Sanita, but they weren't bred to standard and they look nothing like or have not been worked with within that standard. So this is a quality control issue. If you are interested in a Sanita and you do want to breed, my recommendation is join the message board and pay the $5 to basically join the club. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get everything centralized on one website so that going forward, if it is a approved Sanita, um, it will be listed on the pedigree pages. I'm trying to finish getting my database set up so that all the pedigrees are searchable and that there's notes on each rabbit. And the note will be, part of the project, or meat mud only. That's kind of where we're going to be at, or F1 cross or F2 cross, or wherever they are going to be considered at that point. Um, Vicky's one right now that's up here, who I really would like to see develop into something nicer. I am not thrilled with her type, to be honest, but her color is correct. She's still very straight in the back and the rear legs. I would like to see more depth, and I would like to see a slightly shorter shoulder on her, but she does have size and she does have a lot of the other qualities. So there's the thing is there's a lot of nuance right now, and there's a lot of polishing that needs to be done for the Sanitas in order to be a breed. And because the end goal is certificate of development to be pushed for a new breed with ARBA, that is also another reason why I'm really looking for people who are already club members, who are already ARBA members, who are already looking to do development and have shown that they've been doing development. So that is a consideration. I'm not just, and yes, this is gatekeeping. But unfortunately, a little bit of gatekeeping really needs to be done when you're developing like this. Otherwise, you end up with problems like they're currently having with the Teddy Widers, where people are just breeding whatever into it, making VM crosses and selling all kinds of stuff to pet homes for high dollar. I don't want that to happen with the Sanitas. I would rather restrict purebred sales, project sales, with the Sanita name. And I'm fine, like I said, I'm fine selling ones that don't meet the standard as meat only, but no one should be selling those with pedigrees, because I don't want someone coming back later going, I got a pedigree with this Sanita, and try to market it like that, because they're not ready for that. They're still in development. Um, and I don't think that's ethical. Just like I don't like where the Tamuks have gone, because there's so many people out there at Tamuks that go, oh, I got them papered, and they go back to Texas A&M, but they haven't been focusing on the traits. And the traits and the type is important in order to do breed development. And because Tamuks were never designed to be a breed, they were just designed to be a project. It's not the same thing as the Senitas. The Senitas are being designed to be a breed. Um, you also have to forgive me. I am currently working 2 jobs plus running the farm plus the full-time job that is the graphic design business. And until I can get just one of those jobs to pay my bills, I'm basically working 14 plus hour days with barely 6 hours in there for me to sleep by the time I'm done driving and doing all my other chores. I barely have enough time to even sleep and post videos and stuff. So that's been my trade-off, is either I sleep or I get to do stuff. I am still planning on doing a live tonight, um, where we will be, again, it's a welfare live, where we'll be addressing really bad information, and that's what's going to be, and broken down into, just because someone gives advice doesn't mean that they're being honest. Some more information had come forward for this one, and I'd like to go ahead and just kind of debunk that. But that being said, the for the Senita Project, I'm looking for ARBA breeders. I'm looking for actual people that want to be part of the project, but that also means communication. I have another one right now that I'm going to go poke again, but I'm a little disappointed because I set them up with, I gave them, I grandfathered them into a free account on the message board, which is the other reason why going forward, if you want to be part of the project, it's $5 to join the club, because I want people put their money where their mouth is. I want commitment. If I'm gonna, if someone is going to sell you as a Senita with pedigrees, I want to make sure that you're following the standards going forward, because I do not want them just to be sold as whatever, because then that creates a problem for me in the long run. If they want to be part of the project, that's great, but I don't want people just running with this, because then you end up with doodles. And I do not want these to turn into doodles. I do not want people just to willy-nilly breed them together and go, oh, it's a tricolor rabbit. That's not what it is. There's a lot more into this breed in order to make it a breed than just breeding 2 Senitas together. Because I can tell you, we cull probably 90%. So 90% do not make the cut. Not even as parts rabbits. Because right now it's very specific on what traits are being worked on. And Maddie does have a bunch that are off standard colors right now, but she understands what her end goal is with type first, and then breeding back to get the proper colors in the, so colors is secondary to the breed, but it is still part of the standard. So because type right now is most important, there's a lot more allowances in the F1 crosses than there will be when we go for the cod. So that needs to be understood also. So this is not just a breed them, fast and loose. There's a lot of consideration being going into what is kept. Just like I do have 2 litters right now that are, again, F1 crosses back to larger New Zealands, because I want to try to tighten up those shoulders and increase the depth. But they also have to be able to survive the temperatures come summer. So that is something that we're keeping an eye on. So they have to keep those heat tolerance traits. They have to keep that mothering ability. But there, like I said, a lot goes into this. It's not just, it's a Senita if both parents are Senitas. That's not how rabbits work.